The name Jane Roe from the 1973 Supreme Court case that legalized abortion was a pseudonym used to protect her identity. Her real name was Norma McCorvey. In 1969, when she was 21 years old, she got pregnant and wanted to get an abortion in Texas, but abortion was illegal there in almost every case. And after a failed attempt to get an illegal abortion, she was referred to two lawyers who were looking for pregnant abortion-seeking women. She had practically nothing to do with the case at all, and never attended a single one of the trials. In fact, she only found out about the ruling when she read about it in the paper. It took 3 years for the case to finally be decided by the Supreme Court, and during that time she had had the baby and put it up for adoption. And she lived in relative anonymity for the next 14 years until she published her autobiography, I Am Roe, in 1994. But at a book signing, she was approached by an evangelical minister and anti-abortion activist, Cliff Bentham. And his organization secretly paid her to be an anti-abortion activist for almost the rest of her life. She only admitted it was all an act shortly before her death on an FX documentary called AKA Jane Roe. She said, "I took their money and they'd put me in front of the cameras and tell me what to say." And in that same documentary, she said, "If a young woman wants to have an abortion, that's no skin off my ass. That's why they call it choice." And after 49 years of conservative activism, shady politics, and court stacking, conservatives were finally able to end a half a century of Americans having a constitutional right to abortion. Weird that they don't want to talk about it or revel in it after fighting so hard for it for almost 50 years.